welcome. You're watching the Newshour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. It was anger and pain that bubbled to the surface today in Karnataka. No one was spared this anger. Not the government, not the BJP, that is the party in power, and definitely not the people who have time and again tried to give cover fire to radicals in our country. The cover fire that has emboldened these elements to spread their wings from Rajasthan to Maharashtra to now Karnataka. After Kanhaiya, it was Umesh Kole and now Praveen. And it was anger at this repeated trend of innocents being butchered only for speaking up that burst forth after a 32-year-old Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha worker, Praveen Nettaru, was brutally murdered by 3 men in Dakshin Kannada. He was allegedly attacked with sharp weapons and left to bleed out after he was going home. A murder that was eerily reminiscent of what happened to Umesh Kole in Amravati and Kanhaiya Lal in Udaipur. But what was it that Pradeep did? Police suspect that it was a Facebook post that he wrote on the 29th of June. In this 1-month-old post, he gave a meme of Kanhaiya Lal's beheading and said, "Terrible secularists make drama of non-violence. Now, a poor tailor has been slaughtered only for supporting nationalist thinking. These fanatics are now barking that our Prime Minister is the next target." That's it. That's all he wrote. People to go for him. Now, the state is looking at the role of radical elements like the PFI and the SDPI being behind the murder.
Immediately, police have sung into action and they are trying to identify the culprits. Very soon they will be nabbed. Second thing is, since it's very close to Kerala border, the Karnataka police is in touch with Kerala police and we will nab them. We have taken this as a very serious matter. At the outset, it looks that it was a very pre-planned attempt and such similarities were there in other cases. So we are studying the whole thing into entirety and then we will go to the roots of it.
CPI और PFI का लिंक है, ऐसे मैसेज मीडिया में वगैरह आ रहा है, मीडिया और सोशल मीडिया में पुलिस इन्वेस्टिगेट कर रहा है, लेकिन इसके लिए जो PFI और SDPI को जो बढ़ावा दिया है वो उधर केरल में और इधर भी कर्नाटक में भी कांग्रेस पार्टी उसको बढ़ावा दे रहे हैं.
ಸರ್, ಸಹಜವಾಗಿ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ರೋಧ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದರ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜನ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಪತ್ತೆ ಹಚ್ಚುವಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಅಪರಾಧಿಗಳನ್ನ ಬೆನ್ನತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸದ್ಯದಲ್ಲೇ ಅವರನ್ನ ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಕೊಡಿಸುವಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಆಂಗಲ್ನಲ್ಲೂ ವಿಚಾರಣೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಈ ಸರಿ ಬಿಡುವುದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ADGP ಅವ್ರನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸಿದೀವಿ. ಅವ್ರ ನೇತೃತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಪುತ್ತೂರಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಕೂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
The government is saying that nobody will be spared, but angry protesters were in no mood to be pacified. Their simple argument was, if it's the handiwork of the PFI, when will there be action? When will the people who are running riot be put behind bars? When will the denial end? When will those who have shied away from naming and shaming the problem that lies at the very heart of this violence finally have the guts to call a spade a spade? Will the country be able to face up to the reality of what is happening before we can finally get around to tackling it? Praveen's family certainly deserves that.
ಇವರಿಗಾದಾಗೆ ಇನ್ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಮೂಲಕ ಕ್ರಮ ಕೈಗೊಂಡು ಅವರ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಮುಗಿಯುವ ಮುಂಚೆ ಯಾರವರನ್ನು ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅವರನ್ನು ತಂದು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಬೇಕು. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಆಗಬೇಕೋ ಆ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಇನ್ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಈ ಥರ ಆಗೋದು ಬೇಡ.
ಈಗ ಬಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಅವನು ನಮಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಅವನ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೀರಾ ಬಡತನ, 3 ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು, ಒಬ್ಬ ಗಂಡು ಮಗ, ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಪೇಷಂಟ್. ನಮಗೆ ಇನ್ನು ಯಾವುದೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟಿವಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ರಾಜಕೀಯವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದು ಮಾತಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಸೂಕ್ತ ಪರಿಹಾರ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸೇಫ್ಟಿ ಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆದರೆ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ನಾಯಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಲ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಥವೂ ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪರಿಹಾರ ಬೇಕು ನಮಗೆ ಮೈನ್ ಆಗಿ. ಓದೋ ಜೀವ ಹೋಯ್ತು, ಇನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡೋದು? ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಗಳೇ ಇವತ್ತು 2-3 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಈಗ ಸಮಾಧಾನ ಪಡಿಸಿ ಎಂತ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋ ಒಂದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಯಾವುದೇ ವಿಚಾರ ನಾವು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡಬಾರ್ದಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇನ್ನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ನಾವು.
ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಕೋಟಿಗಟ್ಟಲೆ ನಾವು ಕೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶಾಶ್ವತ ಪರಿಹಾರ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಸಿಗುವಾಗೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಎಂತಿ ಅವರ ಕುಟುಂಬಕ್ಕೆ, ಒಂದು ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಳುವುದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕವಾಗಿ ಅವ ಏನು ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದಾನ, ಅವ ಏನು ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕವಾಗಿ ಅವನೇ ಅದನ್ನು ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೇಳುವುದು.
So when will this conspiracy of silence end? Or will the perennial obfuscation and whataboutery doom us to a fate of enduring one Kanhaiya every month?
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining us now is Mohan Vishwa, spokesperson of the BJP in Karnataka, Anurag Naidu, author, Gokul Chandran, political analyst, Sebastian Paul, former member of parliament and spokesperson of the CPIM, Ahmed Ayaz, political analyst. In a while, I'll also be joined by the Home Minister of Karnataka. When he speaks of a hidden hand, who exactly are they talking about and what stops them from cracking down on radical elements like the PFI? Till when will we hear the lip service? But let me go across now to our panel and ask you, Sebastian Paul, today the police said very clearly that it was a bike that came from Kerala. It had a Kerala registration plate. Ministers in Karnataka are saying, you give shelter to radical outfits like SDPI, PFI. They come across the border and they perpetrate violence in Karnataka. Mr. Paul.
It is really unfortunate and deplorable, that incident that happened in Karnataka, in an area which is adjacent to the state of Kerala. But it's also unfortunate that a responsible person from Karnataka, who is an authority, accusing Kerala of harboring such elements. It is a fact that extremist groups, both Hindu, Muslim and political, are functioning in Kerala, committing so many crimes, and many of them are still remain undetected also.
Sorry, did you just say that extremist groups, Hindus and Muslims, are functioning in Kerala and they are undetected?
No, they are not undetected, but certain persons who are responsible for certain crimes. For example, the CPM headquarters in Trivandrum, some explosive was thrown at the building a fortnight ago. Even now the police is unable to find out the persons, or police is even now remains clueless. So such things will happen. But what happened?
Sir, your party is in power. You are saying the police is clueless in your state. Then how will they have a clue what they are doing in other states?
No, that is happening everywhere. In all cases, the police may not be able to detect the persons immediately. Sometimes it may take
So you're saying
time.
that the PFI has a free run in your state and you are clueless. You can't do anything to stop them.
No, it is a fact. It is an admitted fact that such organizations are functioning in Kerala also.
Then why aren't you stopping them?
As it is functioning elsewhere.
If it's a fact that the PFI has a free run in your state, why aren't you stopping them?
No, now we are discussing about a crime that happened in Karnataka.
Now you're discussing a crime? The PFI has committed crimes in your state 15 years ago. They are responsible. They have been convicted for killing people, for attacking people as far back as 10 to 15 years ago. Why does the PFI still have a free run in your state, sir?
On that, I have no evidence who is behind this Karnataka murder, whether it is PFI or some other radical group.
Okay.
I have no evidence, I have no information.
Okay, you have no evidence, you have no information, but you admit that some radical elements like this do exist in your state, but you're unfortunately politicizing Mohan Vishwa. You are trying to palm off your problems onto Kerala and PFI.
No.
Padmaja, you should understand the fact here is, first of all, I'm sitting here with a great down heart today. It was very unfortunate to lose our Karyakarta, Mr. Praveen. And apart from Karyakarta, he's also a son, he's also a husband, and he's very innocent boy. You should see, if you go and see his social activities, the kind of work he has done from several years, it shows that, that boy is no way involved in any kind of, anti-social activity, nothing. He was just an ordinary social worker and he was working for our party. So these radical elements, the kind of killings which has happened in Karnataka from past 10 years or from 7-8 years, I can say, in Congress government also, so the pattern goes to say that, this kind of killings is done by either SCPI or PFI. Even though we don't have any clue as of now, it's almost 24 hours. But still, the pattern goes on to say that obviously it is PFI and SCPI. And also the police in South Kendra district or the Bangalore.
But the question being asked of you is, it's very convenient for you to now blame the Kerala government. What were you doing?
No.
If the PFI can come in, kill your own Karyakarta. I'm sorry, Mr. Mohan Vishwa. Did you see the anger of the people today?
Not blaming.
It was directed at you.
I'm not blaming.
Not at Kerala. Not at PFI. It was about Nalin Katir and you. You could not save the life of Praveen.
No, I am not blaming. See, we should understand one fact that what I am telling is there are other radical elements or the states or governments or the political parties which are putting water to grow these kind of organizations. So for example, same Congress in the state of Karnataka today, there are few MLAs who openly distribute cash to these SDPI and P directors when they are out, the central jail, when some two riots happened, one in Kejalli, one in Padarayanpura. So
when you are watering poison, eventually it will kill us all. And this poison of radicalism is being watered, says Mohan Vishwa, by the likes of the Congress in Karnataka and the left in Kerala.
Yeah, Mr. Mohan Vishwa should hang his head in shame. His party and his government in Karnataka couldn't save their Karyakartas and they are being killed one by one for the last 2-3 months, and is the third murder it seems. And this shows the lawlessness of the state of Karnataka, and shamelessly this person is coming here and lecturing on Congress, what Congress did, what Congress is doing. He should be ashamed to speak like this. First thing what they should do is, if they have a spine, if they have a good spine, they should ban PFI. This has been the demand of everyone for a long while. Even Padmaja, if you remember, we were discussing the same over a period of time regarding banning of PFI. And till now, no action has been taken, no reports have been submitted regarding
No, but answer the question. He's saying that there is political, financial, moral, ideological support.
Why are you helping them to grow? Answer that. Why are you changing your goalpost?
When did Congress... Let me ask. When did Congress support PFI in Karnataka? What was the instance that you quote that Congress officially supported PFI in Karnataka? Tell me that.
Boss, Mr. Zamir Ahmad Khan, who openly
you tell me officially when was that incident that Congress party supported PFI and SDPI in Karnataka? You are lying to escape.
Have some common sense when you are talking. So he was the one who used red carpet for those culprits.
Now you are pointing fingers at Congress. You are pointing fingers at Congress to escape from the allegations that is being made.
He's saying that Zamir Ahmad Khan, an MLA of the Congress, supported an SDPI man who was attacking another Congress MLA. This is the kind of moral, political, ideological cover fire that is given to radical elements because you think of them as a vote bank. That's the unfortunate reality, Gokul Chandran.
Padmaja, I want to add one more incident. During COVID
No,
time...
not at all, Padmaja. See, that's what I'm asking. Officially, I am talking about the official position of Congress party. There might be loose elements everywhere in every party.
Loose elements?
Let me come to the official stand of
Loose
Congress
elements is not like he's coming around and posing next to you in a picture, sir. It is when you actively support them. And let me also give you another example of the level of indoctrination and infiltration of these radical elements as I bring back Sebastian Paul. You are saying, sir, that you cannot really pin blame on the left government or on Kerala or on people in Kerala. Do you know the level of infiltration of radical elements? A Kerala lady ASI, an assistant sub-inspector, was suspended for sharing PFI leaders' Facebook post against police and judiciary. This happened in Thiruvananthapuram on the 19th of July this year. Again, you had 3 members of the Kerala police accused of leaking sensitive information to extremist groups in Kerala. There were police officials who were in cahoots with the Popular Front of India. That is the level at which radical elements have been allowed to get into the system in your state, sir. And now that poison is spreading to neighboring states as well, Mr. Sebastian Paul.
No, I do not subscribe to the view that radical elements are being permitted to work here. But it is a fact that radical elements are here. My case is that radical elements are here not only in Kerala but elsewhere also. It is the duty of the government, and the government here in Kerala is doing its best to control these elements. But in spite of all our best efforts, political murders, counter murders, all these things are happening here. And so, in several occasions, these radical groups will be blamed for the offense. But it is a fact. It is a fact, and it is unfair on anybody's part to say that the government of Kerala, the CPM government, is patronizing or helping or protecting these elements.
Okay, it's an unfair charge, Anurag Naidu.
Pardon me?
Anurag Naidu, your audio is mute. Can you please fix that?
Yeah. Padmaja, this is one of the rare times when we see CPIM and BJP speaking the same tone against PFI and SDPI, and still no action. And this actually makes us think, whether are we really digging in the right direction? Because Mr. Praveen, he was not a very radical activist, like many others who lost their lives in the past. He was a simple, common activist, and that's why you see emotions pouring in Udupi and Uttar Karnataka, and the action. This is the ocean of people of their own party. They are ganging up against their own president, who is also, by the way, the local member of parliament of Uttar Karnataka. So is it really? Because I'm very surprised that both CPIM and BJP speaking the same tone still. In fact, union ministers are coming up, chief ministers coming up, and categorically taking some names without any investigation being out. What is the difference? I mean, why chief minister has already taken a tone, even in the past, even many union ministers, in fact, Mr. Prahlad Joshi himself hinted out that he's suspicious about some organizations, but police has no statement to make in that. So what direction are they going, or what kind of a calculation? It's very tough to believe, but losing a life of an innocent youth is absolutely condemnable, and it's very painful. It's not about BJP or Congress or any other political party. Even if it was a Congress or youth Congress member, yesterday we also condemned, by the way, Srinivas tackling, the way Delhi police tackled Mr. Srinivas in Delhi. It is about how system deals with the youth and the activists, and if we cannot ensure a safe environment, then I'm sorry, we are not in a safe democracy.
Answer that, Mohan Vishwa. See, the questions will be asked of you, sir. Because today the people are speaking. You can keep trying and passing on the buck and say, oh, radicals are responsible, or the CPM is responsible, or the Congress is responsible. That is why you are in government. Fix it. Ban them. Arrest them. It has been 12 hours, sir. 24 hours. Not even a single arrest has been made. 15 detentions. Where are the arrests? Who are these people who are being arrested? Who are the murderers?
See, Padmaja, I do agree. There might be a bit of delay in arrest or investigation, or rather, I can say that there might be a small element of the intelligence would have been much more advanced than would have been happened even before they would have. I do agree that fact, because as he said, the lost life is lost life. As I said initially, he's also a son, he's also a husband, so he was the sole breadwinner for the family. That also we should think. So our government is putting a hard effort on that, especially from the night itself. So
ban it. Your government should not sit on its hands and ban the organization.
The ban is not the solution.
Every 3 months you stand up and say PFI did this, PFI did that. PFI did X, PFI did Y.
The ban is not the solution. If you ban today, tomorrow the same member of that particular banned organization will start one more. So there is no end to it. So that is what happened, right?
So then you are helpless in front of them.
The members
so then you are admitting you are helpless. Yesterday it was CME, today it is PFI, tomorrow it will be some XXI. Are you helpless? Will people keep dying?
No, it's not helpless. Banning is not the solution. The solution is taking left and right on this radical element through law and order situation. That's all, nothing else. Because banning is not a solution. The moment you ban, they'll come up with one more organization.
But then what have you done left and right? When it happened in Udaipur, questions were asked of Ashok Gehlot. Today, Mr. Bommai has to answer. 24 hours and there have been no arrests, sir. How was a man killed in this fashion?
See, as I told you, the investigation is gone. The files are made. 3 teams are working in Karnataka. 2 teams are there in Kerala. The investigation is happening. The search is happening. See, the police are working on their own way. So let us give some sort of time.
Okay, in fact,
and let the
I'm being
facts
told
come
that
out.
we are just being joined by the Home Minister as well. We'll ask him more specific questions of what is the timeline. But Ahmad Ayaz, the question on banning and the question of arrest will be asked of the government. What about the people who refuse to even call out the murderers for what they are? They are killing for a radical ideology.
Before that, it's very sad, Padmaja, that the killing has taken place in Karnataka, the most peaceful place which we have seen in the past, and people used to love to live in Bangalore and shift to Bangalore. And if such a situation is such killings are taking place there in Bangalore, you can understand that the security situation there.
Then you can understand that how a peaceful place can be turned into a hotbed for radicalism. That is what one can understand. That the kind of beliefs one associated only with the most uncivilized parts of the world are now coming into the heart of our most metropolitan states. How?
Let me complete that. But to say that it is PFI, I slightly will not disagree at this stage. Why? Because it is yet at an investigation stage. If some responsible political party calls it that it is a particular group without any investigation, it looks that there is something which possibly somebody wants to communalize it and to create a situation like that.
Communalize it. Anurag Naidu, somebody wants to communalize it by bringing in the PFI. Because communalizing it will bring back Praveen's life.
I don't know what is communal about it, Padmaja. A murder is a murder, and we cannot tag it whether it's communal or non-communal. And he rightly said so. Uttar Karnataka is essentially an extremely peaceful place. In fact, I've been there many times. I can tell you, Udupi, other places adjacent to Udupi, they're extremely peaceful. Now, my larger fear is if you see this emotions and the ocean and the spirits being flared up, this youth. This can turn out to be otherwise. There might be reactions, and God forbid, I really want to expect peace. But these are also the youth, and lakhs of them on the screen who are on the street standing, tall and strong for Praveen. I'm really concerned about the law and order situation. It is not the time to blame A or B. It is not the time to do politics. But we have a larger problem here, and we need to understand that.
Absolutely, and which is why we are saying that the idea is not everyone should maintain their peace, and for that the responsibility falls on the government to take immediate action to ensure that the culprits are brought to book. Merely politics, lip service, passing the buck and trying to blame somebody else is not going to suffice. Praveen's family deserves that from the people that they elected into government. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me. I have to quickly go across because I'm being told we have the Home Minister here with us, Mr. Arga Yanendra. Thank you very much, sir, for speaking to us. Right at the outset, can you please tell us about what is the progress in the investigation so far? What do we know about the killers?
ಈಗ ನಿನ್ನೆ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಮಂಗಳೂರು ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಪುತ್ತೂರಿನ ಬಳಿ ಪ್ರವೀಣನ್ನು ಹತ್ಯೆ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಸುಮಾರು 15 ಜನರನ್ನು ವಶಕ್ಕೆ ಪಡೆದು ಈಗ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಗೇಷನ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಸುಮಾರು 6 ತಂಡಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕೇರಳ ಬಾರ್ಡರ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಕೇರಳ ಸ್ಟೇಟಿನ ಒಳಗಡೆನೂ ಹೋಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಕೇರಳದ DG ಅವರ ಹತ್ರನೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಅವರ ನೆರವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಪಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
Okay, the big takeaway is that the minister is saying that they're going to send teams to Kerala for further investigation, and that 6 different locations the searches are being conducted. 15 people are being questioned. But any indications so far, sir, about which organization is involved? What are their affiliations?
ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಂಗಲ್ನಲ್ಲೂ ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆದ ನಂತರವೇ ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇದ್ರ ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸಹಜವಾಗಿ ಆ ಕರಾವಳಿಯ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಕೆಲವು ಮತಾಂಧ ಸಂಘಟನೆಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಹಿಜಾಬ್ನಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ಅನೇಕ ಪ್ರಕರಣಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಹಿಂದೂ ವಿರೋಧಿ, ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ವಿರೋಧಿ ಕೃತ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಭಾಗವಹಿಸುವಂತಹದ್ದು ಗಮನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಹಿಂದಿನಿಂದನೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ತನಿಖೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
Okay, interesting. You're saying that the same organizations who were involved in the anti-hijab protests in the area could be investigated. Campus Front of India, as we know, was involved there. So clearly your indication is in that direction. But are you saying that this is the PFI? Radical elements are being spoken of. Do you suspect involvement of some radical elements?
ಸಹಜವಾಗಿ PFI ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಈ ಮತಾಂಧ ಸಂಘಟನೆಗಳು ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಅದೇ ಇದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ತನಿಖೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬ ಗೃಹ ಸಚಿವನಾಗಿ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಈ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ.
Okay, so PFI and other organizations are under the radar. Some people have also in fact spoken of Praveen's social media posts, including what he had written about Kanhaiya Lal. Could there be a link between the post about Kanhaiya Lal's beheading and his murder?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಸದ್ಯ ಈ ವಿಚಾರಣೆ ಹಂತದ ಅನೇಕ ಸಂಗತಿಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ನನಗೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಪೂರ್ಣ ನಮಗೆ ತಮ್ಮೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಒಟ್ಟಾರೆ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ತನಿಖೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಬಹಳ ವಿಶೇಷವಾದಂಥ ತನಿಖಾ ದಳಗಳನ್ನು ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
Sir, I'm going to ask you straight away. There are a number of cases where the PFI has been blamed in your state. Are you going to ban them in Karnataka?
ಈ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹಂಚ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದು ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ. ಅದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಮಯಾವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸರಿಯಾದಂಥ ಸಮಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾದಂಥ ನಿರ್ಧಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಅವರ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಗಳು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಿಸ್ತವೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ವರದಿಯನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡೋ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ.
Okay, that's a big piece of breaking news being given by the Karnataka Home Minister that they are already in touch with the centre and they are discussing a ban on the PFI, at least in the state of Karnataka. All the relevant information has already been passed on to the centre. When you speak of cooperation with the Kerala police, what kind of cooperation are you looking at?
ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೇನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂಥ ಹೆಬಿಚುವಲ್ಸು, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ಸು ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಣ್ಣಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರ ಚಲನವಲನವನ್ನು ವೀಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲೀಸರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಇದೆ. ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸಹಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಒಟ್ಟಾರೆ ಇಂಥ ಕೃತ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾರ್ಡರ್ನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಎರಡೂ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಪರಸ್ಪರ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಎರಡೂ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಗೊಂದಲಗಳನ್ನು ನಿವಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಕೇರಳ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ಜೊತೆಗೂ ಮಾತನಾಡುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ಸದ್ಯದಲ್ಲೇ
Ultimately, what would you say to your karyakartas, sir? This investigation is happening. You're saying arrests will happen very soon. The PFI will get banned, but a life has been lost. Your karyakartas are angry, and many of them have even resigned, saying that you were unable to protect the life of Praveen. What would you say to them as the Home Minister of Karnataka?
ಖಂಡಿತ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆಕ್ರೋಶ ಆಗೋದು ಸಹಜ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರನ್ನ ನಾನು ವಿನಂತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಇಂಥ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ ಅನೇಕರ ಮೇಲೆ FIRನೇ ಆಗ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಭಾಳ ವೀಕ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಹಾಕಿ ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳೊಳಗಾಗಿ ಮರ್ಡರ್ ಕೇಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಂಥವ್ರ ಕೇಸನ್ನು ವಾಪಸ್ ತೆಗೆದಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬಂದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಥ ದುಷ್ಟಶಕ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ದಮನ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಇವರನ್ನ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಬಂಧನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಹರ್ಷ ಕೊಲೆ ಪ್ರಕರಣ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಚಂದ್ರು ಕೊಲೆ ಪ್ರಕರಣ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಹುಬ್ಬಳ್ಳಿಯ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಳಂದನ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾರು ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೋ ಯಾರನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಬಿಡದೇನೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಮೊಕದ್ದಮೆಯನ್ನು ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಕೇವಲ 48 ಅವರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 2 ದಿನದ ಒಳಗಾಗಿ ಇವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹಿಡಿದು ಜೈಲಿಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರ ಕನ್ವಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ APPಗಳನ್ನ ನೇಮಕ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ರೆ ಇವರ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಒಂಥರ ಮೃಗೀಯ ಸ್ವಭಾವಗಳನ್ನು ಬಂದ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸುಮಾರು 60 ವರ್ಷದ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿನ ಆಡಳಿತದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಚಿಗುರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 1 ವರ್ಷ 1 ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲೀಸರನ್ನ ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಣೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಿಗೆ ಸಹಜವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮೊಬ್ಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತನ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ, ಸಂಘಟನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಣ್ಣ ತಮ್ಮನ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಂಥ ಒಂದು ನೋವು ಆಕ್ರೋಶ ಇದು ಉಂಟಾಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸಹಜ. ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ನಿಲುವು ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿದೆ, ಬದ್ಧತೆಯಿಂದ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಯಾರು ಕೂಡ ನೋವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ಫಲಿತಾಂಶವನ್ನು ನಾವು ತೋರಿಸ್ತೇವೆ.
Okay, Mr. Home Minister, thank you very much. You were sure that there will be action within 48 hours. A life has been lost. There is anger and there is also despair where people think that they have been left to fend for themselves. You need to win back the trust of your own electorate. Thanks very much for speaking to us. We'll be keeping a very, very close eye on what happens in Karnataka.